Hello and welcome to Skittles Saturday Suggestions. My name is Sarah Tillinghast. I'm a Platinum Certified Whole Brain Teaching Instructor, and today I want to talk to you about grammar, our parts of speech, and how we can use brainies. So last week I discussed with you how brainies and American Sign Language are different. So your brainy gesture is the gesture you would create for a concept for your students' motor cortex to remember, because our motor cortex has the best built-in memory, or built-in that it can remember. It doesn't have the best, I probably said that wrong, but that's okay. I am not a brain scientist. I know enough about the brain to probably be dangerous. I say that when I talk about foreign languages. I know enough to probably get myself in trouble. So anyway, this week I want to talk to you about grammar, because last week I talked about the parts of what we do to answer in a complete sentence. However, and if you noticed last week, I have been using my however gesture. I use however all the time. So the conjunction but I don't use in my classroom because lots of giggles. And even after I explain that it's not the same thing as your rear, they still want to giggle. And however is a great word for them to learn. And by the end of the school year, that's usually the conjunction that my kindergartners are using, is however. So anyway, let's talk about parts of speech. So after I've introduced the capital letter and the period, I then go into learning about nouns and verbs. Now remember, this is still October. I've been in school less than 50 days with my students. Around December is when I introduce adjectives, and I'll talk briefly about that at the end, but let's just talk about nouns and verbs, okay? So I first start with nouns. So this is my brainy gesture for nouns, because there's 4 types of nouns, okay? So they learn nouns, and then we build. I usually do a full week of each part of a noun. So a noun is a person, and the brainy gesture for person is pointing to yourself. And then we teach that for a whole week. We look at different nouns that are persons in our books and sentences and pictures. The next thing we add, so a noun is a person and a place. So notice I've used and now. I've used that brainy gesture and. So I'm pointing to the classroom because we talk about the classroom as a place. And then we spend a whole week on that during the lesson. And my grammar lessons are usually less than 5 minutes long. I use super speed grammar that you can find for free on TPT. It's excellent. So then the third week on nouns, a noun is a person, zoop, a place, zoop, and a living thing, okay? And I talk about how our ear is alive. It's attached to us and we're alive. Our ear is alive. So living things, animals, trees, that kind of stuff. Again, I use super speed grammar for this. It's perfect, less than 5 minutes a day. And then the fourth week, we introduce a noun is a person, zoop, a place, zoop, a living thing, zoop, and a non-living thing, So you notice I'm doing the comma zoop, so we have to start doing that when we get into triple whammies or higher. So I tug on my shirt for non-living thing. We discuss, which some of them think it's hilarious, how thank goodness our shirt's not alive. So, and then we find those different non-living things. I actually don't get into how a noun is an idea like happiness. I don't get into that part with my kindergartners. I save that for their future teachers. I feel like if I can give them a good foundation and they're able to find the nouns and sentences and a verb and an adjective before they leave me at the end of the year, then I feel like I've done my job. So after we've learned all our nouns, then we're ready for active verbs. And active verbs, it's just driving a car. So then I start using super speed sentences, which you can find examples of those on my link tree. And they get to change the noun And then when we talk about verbs, they're changing the verb, okay? So the elephant may walk first, but then in the next sentence, the elephant may laugh or giggle or do something crazy like fly. I let them do that. So then that's my things for grammar. And I think someone's about to come in my classroom. So anyway, so really quick, when I get to adjectives, this is the gesture for adjectives. It modifies the noun. Okay, so that's my gesture, and I feel like I'm having to cut this off, and I'm so sorry, but I hope you have a great week. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and have a great weekend and a great week next week.